Good day, everybody. Doodah once again, hot off the press, latest album, British New Guinea, Territory of Papua, Northwest Pacific Islands, Territory of New Guinea, and then of course all we're most familiar with is Papua, the combined territories of Papua and New Guinea. Yeah, I'm going to call that Volume 1. Why do I do this? Very selfish reasons, really, because I have stamps on benches, I have stamps upstairs, I have stamps downstairs, in boxes, in cartons, in plastic tubs. I've got stamps on hangers, I've got in old albums, you name it, I've got stamps everywhere. And of course I keep my Icelandic stamps go in the freezer here. But I'm just sick of it. It's my attempt to try and keep things organised. So what I do is create the album. It works for me, seems to work for other people as well, and then I can easily spot the ones I want to keep, and the other ones, as I find the stamps, can get just put into another file of duplicates and swaps, etc. Alright, now it follows pretty closely Standard Gibbons, in that Standard Gibbons has most detail. So when we come to the first British New Guinea stamps, most feature the Lakatoi, which is a trading canoe. Pretty huge thing. I don't know how many are still around. But there are lots of these. British New Guinea, and there's lots of variation. Now, to be true to Standard Gibbons, I've sort of included all the variation as well. So we have thick paper varieties, we've got thin paper varieties, we've got watermark variation, as well as a few colour and a few oddities where you get deformed lettering and in the printing, etc. Alright, so then when we come to Territory of Papua, pretty much the same. It does my head in trying to work out watermarks and stuff, so I'm probably more interested in just doing a short set of all the particular values and not bothering so much about the watermark, but I'm trying to be true to Standard Gibbons here, so I'm featuring all the stamps. Then we come to Papua, where we've got the old stamps overprinted. So we've got Territory of New Guinea overprinted Papua. And we've got quite a few of these, and once again you've got watermark variations, you've got colour variations, and you've got different papers as well. Just a space filler there. Territory of Papua, pretty similar, still going here. Territory of Papua, different watermark here, bit of a variation here. They're quite nice ones. Now, as usual, I've got a spot to indicate that I don't have that stamp mounted yet. And I've got 4 references here. Why 4 references? We've got Stamp World, which is useful in that it's online. Standard Gibbons. I've got the Australian stamp catalogue, as well as the Scots North American ones, which is useful if you looking at North American auctions, for example. They'll use the Scot numbers perhaps, or on eBay sometimes, as I call it, Evil Bay. You'll find them on that they might use Scots. It's a handy cross-reference. I've just bunged these couple up the top here, in that they've got the John Ash printings there. They're just a bit extra, I've popped in there. And getting a bit sick of these Lakatois after a while, but still going with the 1 penny surcharges on these ones. Airmail overprints, pretty much the same as we go through. Still on Papua, and now we come to some more interesting ones. I quite like this one. There's the local motifs. I've pretty well completed that set, except for a colour variation here. This one I'm missing a few of the higher values, but it's very attractive page, seems to work pretty well. This one's complete, and the airmails, Papuan airmails. You'll find sometimes that the used copies are a little bit got a premium on them, because they're quite often a little bit scarcer than the actual mint ones. And I do like the postmarks sometimes on the used ones. Once again, now we come to the official stamps. They're either imperforated perforated OS, all towards the end there. Same as Australian stamps, you'll find that... could you back off just for a little bit, honey? A little bit closer. Thanks. Overprinted OS. Alright, so here are the more recent ones. Overprinted OS. We've got a couple there. Right, now we come to where Australians occupy the area and issue the Northwest Pacific Islands. With the kangaroos, you think that would be a complete set. Well, it is, because it's the same watermark, but there are watermark variations that I've included. You can see there's a few different dye variations, and the actual printing, there's a few different settings in the print where the P and the S line up differently between printings. I love these ones, used ones, but I do like a nice postmark. It shows a bit of the postal history, and very fortunate having those two. I like the used ones in that case with the lovely postmarks, Rabaul. Okay, Northwest Pacific again. So there's quite a few there, different issues and stuff. All right, Territory of New Guinea. Starts off with huts and palm trees. As usual, I'm missing a few of the higher values here. I'm very fortunate. I've actually got the higher values on this particular set here. That's the airmail overprints. Birds of Paradise. There's two variations, main variations. These ones have a dated scroll. And then we've got the airmail issue with the dated scrolls. And then we have similar stamps, same values, etc., except that they don't have the dated scrolls. Once again, missing the higher values. If you've got any of those higher values, throw them my way. I'd love them. Once again, missing the higher values there. Nice page, this one. Pretty complete. And again, I'm missing the high values on the £1, etc. on this page. Now, we come to the mandated territory of New Guinea, and we've got the official stamps from the previous ones we were looking at. Now, these ones are Marshall Islands, which comes from the German Papua New Guinea. I didn't include the German ones in here. There's millions of them, pretty scarce, and it's an area that I've only included these ones in that Stanley Gibson's list these as the official stamps number 1 and 2. So just to be consistent, I've just included those two. Right, but then we've got the perforated OS, and then we've got the overprints OS here. Birds of Paradise overprint OS. Why have we got two lots of here? This lot here, which is, beg your pardon, dated scrolls, no dated scrolls on this one. And now we come to Papua and New Guinea, where the two territories combine under the Australian Trust. Probably the stamps we're most familiar with, and ones I particularly like. Alright, so here we go. Here, I've included spaces for the specimen issues. Here, and so we go through. Most people are familiar with these. Once again, we've got a couple of specimen issues here that I've included spaces for. Ones we're familiar with. Price of this album. Oh, and just to finish off, we've got postage dues. I actually have a set. I need to complete that one. Now, this one here is extremely rare. It does occasionally come up for auction. It's where the actual value has been overprinted, blocked out, so it makes it different from this one. Worth quite a few bucks, that one. So if you have that one, flick it my way. Much appreciated. Okay, then just here a little reference as usual, just to remind you which the different numbers are. If it doesn't have a number, which quite a few don't, it's because it's not listed in these particular catalogues. Okay, now it's roughly 60 pages. I'm looking for $60, and it's about $20 postage within Australia. Now for 60 bucks, it's pretty hard to, you'd be hard beat to sort of get a binder, high quality 250 gram digital paper, heavy duty sleeves in the binder and have it printed. You'd be very lucky to do it yourself for $60. So really it's, I think it's a bit of a bargain for those people who collect that area. Very useful. And now that I've done that, I've got a nice little section where I can put all my spares and stuff. And every time I find a stamp, I know exactly where to put it, and it's helping me organise my life with the stamps. It makes things much better. All right, commiserations if you're expecting that monsoon in Queensland. We've got quite a nice, warm but fine day here in Perth. Best of luck, everybody. Look forward to hearing from you.